Tunes and a talk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Real issues, real topics, real talk, real music. Tunes and a talk. Yes, I. Welcome to Soul's Liberation. Tunes and a talk. Are you ready? Coming in irate. Yeah. Soul's Liberation, tunes and a talk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Real issues, real topics, real talk, real music. That's why we have to use it. Tune in, rock and come in. Live and direct in every aspect. So many times for your mind, we uplift humankind. So always remember this. Love is a baseline. Yes, love is a baseline. So one time for your mind. Yes. Greetings again, people. Yeah, and welcome to session 11. The continuation from the last session where we talk about parenting. Yeah, are we really doing our duties? So this one, mainly about the educational side of things. Is it really? Yeah. So we're still gonna weave with little aspect of parenting too, because both are in marriage. They go hand in hand, you know. So yes. And as I say, I'm gonna touch, let's just see what's the definition for education, yeah? So here it says the process of receiving or giving systematic instructions at a school or university. And it also says it can be referred to as an enlightening experience. And they give an example like they say, Petrus is a good workman. It's an education to watch him. Yes, and here in which I know, because for me, the word education is a Latin word. Yep, and yes, here it says it was the mid-16th century from the Latin word educatio. Educere, yes, from the verb educere, which means bringing out the best. And I always say that, you know, when I educate, that means I'm bringing out the best. And so if I'm using, you know, the dance as a tool, I'm bringing out the best in whatever way. If I'm using the music, if I'm just even communicating verbally, you know, it's bringing out the best. So that's the real definition of education. So again, just like with all our parents, we all are educators. But yes, we have good educators and we have bad educators. Just like, yeah, we have good parents and we have bad parents. Sometimes, you see, just as how they give you exams to pass your car tests and, you know, there are certain exams to pass certain tests. Sometimes I feel even there should be an exam to become a parent. But then again, the problem lies to the to the people who even set the exams to, because that's another story. But anyway, just a little light-hearted humor there with that aspect. And so on the topic of education, no, it's quite vital, you know, and let's focus on the school system, because that's what we're referring to on a more larger scale right now. You know, as I said, is it really? Is the school system, you know, is it really educating our youngsters? Because just like from the last session when I mentioned certain things there, you know, trying to implement in the curriculum is a vital part of the children's education, and not just the academic side, you know, but also aspects where it stimulate, you know, the joints, the mind, the movements, everything. So everybody is valid to play a great part in educating a child in the school system. So even external facilitators contributing in the aspect of whatever arts, drama, dance, music, as well as the resident school teachers and all of that, we all combine to give the children a better education. But how much also is the school in control of what is implemented in the curriculum to really educate the children? Because I know so many teachers really have a task at their hands, because I know of instances where head teachers in particular know that certain thing isn't right for the curriculum and fighting like, there's no tomorrow to avoid that. Because, like I said from the past session, we gotta have moral grounds and know right from wrong. And it's all about the children here, first and foremost. So let's keep that in mind. Where are we going with educating our future generations? Gonna drop a tune. Dennis Al Capone. Teach the children. Good old classic. Yeah, man, for real.
Teacher, teacher, I beg you ring the bell. Teach your children, teach them how to spell. R-A-T rat, M-A-T mat, C-A-T cat. Look at that, look at that. You got to learn that. Yeah! You got to graduate before you go through the gate. Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, I hear the children sing. Hear the children sing. Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. Yeah! Hit it! Some sitting on the bench, some speaking French, some talking sense. Oh! Teacher, teacher, I beg you ring the bell. Teach your children, teach them how to spell. R-A-T rat, M-A-T mat, C-A-T cat. Look at that, look at that. You got to learn that. Yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah! Some sitting on the bench, some speaking French, some talking sense. Look at that, look at that. Hit it! Yeah! Got to learn this. M-A-T man, R-A-T rat, C-A-T cat, S-A-T sat.
Yeah.
Look at that, look at that. Look at that.
Gotta educate before you go through the gate. Don't be late. Yes, sounds of Dennis Al Capone. Teach the children. Yes. No, I could have made a movie regarding the school system, the things I've seen over the years working in various places, different countries and just different entities and all of that. And I've to be honest, people, I've really enjoyed my work. I can give an account of majority of the work I've done, and I remember once in all the years I've been affiliated, teaching children, being around children, that kind of thing. There was one work out of all my work I had to blatantly turn down and say no. And it wasn't because of the children I was working with. It was the person who was creating that work for me to come in. And there's just some things I never approve of. And I had to turn down that work. Yeah. Because like I say, if I feel I won't be able to educate the children, there is no point in me getting involved. Because everything I do, every work I engage, it has to be foolproof, 100% solid, delivered. And if I can't do that, there's no point. And I have to be the one to know to assess that also. So sometimes people in the field of educating are seeing that the children need to be educated, aren't necessarily educators also. And that's my point. I've seen a lot of it. And the state where I'm at right now, I'm just kind of pulling back and focus on a broader scale and a different scale. but pull back from the school system, because what I've seen through the school system and how it's going at the moment, it makes me ask the question: are the children really, being educated? Because the school system is now used for a lot of external infrastructures towards the children. Like, for example, certain schools in the UK, I know personally, because there were two parents in last year who kicked up a fuss because what they did, they gave the children, and these were like sixth graders kind of thing, some sort of tell them there's a quiz going on and they can win prize, they'll win prize and all of that kind of thing. But what happened was that the children fill out a whole form of stuff which gave out information about the parents inside the home, the movements, what the parents do, all kind of stuff. And I'm wondering who allowed this, who sort of instigated this, to implement this in the school, impose on the school children to extract information. So what really is the school being used for now? It makes me personally just ask a lot of questions. And let's be real. We know everybody want the best for our children and send them to school, get that education. But what are they being educated for? Are they trained to be a part of the machine that goes on and carry out other work for people and still create a certain element in society that doesn't change? What is it really? Because what happened to the child who is not academic? I know some countries in particular create that infrastructure. For example, if a child is great at dance, let's talk about dance because that's one of my main forte. There's a space created, yes, but what happened to the places who haven't got that? How those children cope, how those children manage in society or move on. So being educated, it's not about being academic or coming out with academic degrees, to be honest. Education, as we should know by now, come in many different forms, and everybody contributes to the education of children, future generation, to contribute back to society, to humanity. It's all a chain. Everything is linked. So if you bring in certain things in a curriculum that is supposed to educate the children, but it spawns confusion, it has immoral grounds, immoral aspects to it, and you are implementing that, imposing that actually on children, then what kind of future you're creating? What kind of education are you giving them? And I'm throwing this out not to the schools or the head teachers in general, but the people who create these curriculum or come up with these concepts to implement them on our future generation. Just throwing out a question. So I'm gonna play a song from the great Shabba Ranks as we're on the topic of school. Yeah man, so we're just going to a little dancehall vibes, and Shabba Ranks with a thing called Ting-a-ling.
Want to tell them it's a Shabba thing. Suckling sing. Yard and foreign kick up. Broke wine. Sing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. Sing. Dance silent swing. Sing. DJ is stuck up in the beer bomb rhythm. Sing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. Sing. Gold bell a ring. Sing. Knife and fork a fine for dumpling. Booyaka booyaka for Shabba ranking. Shabba ranks disappear with another man change. So them are the done to the biz. We have the key. Put the down to the key and turn them in a donkey. Yes. Them are the done to the biz. We have the key. Put the down to the key and turn them in a donkey. Who they think they are? Yes, they can't allow me. I am the general in the DJ army. With not only I am cross only T. And sit all the gal them tickle fancy. And anywhere we go, y'all gone crazy. Listen, ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell a ring, knife and fork a fine for dumpling. Booyaka for Shabba ranking disappear with you another man chincho. Them are the done to the biz, we have the key. Put it down to the key and turn them in a donkey. Them are the done to the biz, we have the key. Put it down to the key and turn them in a donkey. You see, with your dance, all it comprise of wine. You see, now come your phone, girl, wine your body. You see, if you can wine, you hold your man and interrick. You see, what peer style when you see your mate. You see, later try dress, but your mate not ready. You see your mate look like she a Bugs Bunny. You see, she a a cartoon and she know it. Girl, I get the loving, you I get the money. You see, jump up, cause they full of quality. Tell a lot of girls, them got crazy. How with the great Barbie girls, them. Like Jamaican girls, them. And the American girls, them. And the English girls, them. What about Canadian girls, them? All the Japanese girls, them. The Caribbean girls, them. You should hear little children sing. Where them sing? Ding-a-ling-a-ling, dance a leg swing. DJ is can up when them play boom rhythm. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, school bell in ring. Knife and fork, a fife and dumpling. Booyaka, booyaka, for Shabba ranking. Shabba rank, step up and it here out the
Yeah, man. I tell you, the good old days for real. Remember them days when this tune had just come out, and I tell you the rhythm still stand. Yeah, all you Jamaicans and all who cross the globe remember this. Yeah, man, them good old days. Ting-a-ling, school bell a ring, knife and fork fight for dumpling. Yeah, Shabba ranks, big up, big up. You know, as I said, the Grammy kid. Yeah, man, you paved the way for a lot of these artists. So big up, Shabba. Yes, so we are on the subject. Education. Is it really? Because what I see going on, and some of you, because few of you as parents have reached out to me also, and we have had discussion about this stuff. And what I find out, when schools have external forces who come in to, you know, educate the children, offer whatever it might be as part of the curriculum, there's also some rules and regulation about, you know, sometimes you can't touch the children, and, you know, there's certain ways you have to be all mannerable. You can't even do your class, because I've spoken to a lot of facilitators who are struggling with it. Me personally, I don't have a problem. I never have a problem, because from the get-go, it's made clear. Nobody interfere with my work when I'm doing whatever my work, when I'm engaging with the children or even adults, because I work with a broad spectrum of people at times, you know, from able to disabled, you know, from the young to the old. Nobody interferes. And that's clear from the get-go. And that's why, for me right now, I stick with people who understand and respect this regime. Because, of course, why if I'm teaching somebody a dance and I need to hold the person's on a wave and say, all right, put it up there. All right, twist it this way, whatever. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to stand and go, oh, really? And no. It's all a part of educating. And sometimes educating means touching, holding, conversing, corresponding. We are all humans. So, what are we really saying when we say we are educating our youngsters? And implementing acts of confusion instead of truly educating. Because going back to the whole stuff about the sex education, is that really educating? Check it. And I'm just asking a question. As a parent, as a guardian, just look around what's happening. And I'm going to go back to say, that's why no matter how we say we are involved in this, and sometimes we want to make these change and that change and whatever, if we can't approach the root of the problem, there will be no changes. No matter how we try, we have to go to the root. And if the curriculum, well, to me, regarding this whole sex education thing and what they're trying to implement about, you know, they're trying to learn for you know, teach children to accept. No. The agenda goes deeper than that. How we get to the root, you know, of this problem? How do we handle that? Because we're dealing on the education of children, people. You know? Because like I said, for me, to deal with any situation, you have to find the root. Yeah. That's how you get things solved. So I'm going to drop another tune. Gil Scott Heron, Save the Children.
If you're driving through the country on a lazy afternoon, got to take care of. We've got to do something, yeah, to save the children. Soon it will be their turns to try and save the world. Right now they seem to play such a small part of the things that they'll soon be right at the heart of. My little Tommy, he said he wants to be a fireman. And little Mary, she said she got to teach school. If we know all we say we know about the problems, why can't we do something to try and solve them?
Yes. Well, to the sounds of Mr. Gil Scott Heron, Save the Children. Yes, education is the key, because the key, that's what makes us survive in society. So when you go to school, you better learn your ABC, because it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man. Uh-huh. I have an issue personally with the educational system right now. And I won't say globally, but in the so-called prime countries, i.e. UK, USA, Canada. Because like I said, I know certain laws been passed, and it just take one person or a set of people to come up with something crazy, and sooner or later the regular person just even ain't got no rights. Because my cause for concern, going back to the first session and going back to the clips I sent you a while back, remember, there are people in there who say parents have no control, no rights really, and then another go to say only limited rights. The children makes the decision. Come on, people. Maybe that worked for you, but for this year guy, nah, will never work. How are children to make a certain decision? Look at the clip again and go back. Because some of you get the clip if you still got it or not. Go back to the clip. The first one, not the one with Julia here. We're focusing on that first one. You're gonna tell me when a person say a children have rights over the parent. Because listen to the conversation, Don't focus on this whole, LGBT thing or whatever, That's not the focus. And that is how you gotta understand the technicalities of situation. That's how law goes to work. You tear it apart and find the technicalities. For me, the technicality that lie in this situation is that there's a public speech being made by a community of people who says a person like me have only limited rights or no rights over my own child. How comes a person like that get to make such speech and it's not challenged? Now you tell me, as a parent having your child in the educational system, how you view it at times, because let me spell it out for you. When your child reach a certain age and start going to school, believe me, your child is being influenced a lot more by external forces than you, and that's why you gotta make sure your home front is solid. Are you as a parent, are parents solid? As a guardian, you're very firm within self. And that's how you give children boundaries, guide them. That helps for them to achieve better education, people. So for me, this whole implementation of telling children they gotta learn to accept, because the guy said right in the clip, adults is the problem because they won't accept. No. I completely disagree, and that's not a fact. Like I said, myself as an individual, not speaking for anyone, I understand one's plight or your way of life or whatever, but mutual respect, and we get along. Because let me tell you something also. For example, everybody needs each other. A straight community of heterosexuals people, they still need the whole, what they call it, I don't even want to use the word gay because gay is happy to me. That's how I know the word. So the whole homosexual, lesbian community, everybody, they need straight people. So try not create bar or animosity. Just as much as straight people need everybody. The black man need the white man, Chinese, Asian, the Asian need the Native American, the Aborigines, the whole Polynesian, the Caribbean need the American need the UK need all the globe. That's how I see it. Everybody need each other. So I hope you're following what I'm saying, because I'm not going to spell out everything for you all, people. Yeah? Read between the lines also. So try to stay focused, because like I said, I know some of you people, when you hear certain terms get up, you lock off. That's being hypocritical. Truth be said. Be open and engage conversations. That's how I'm here speaking to you, because I'm open for disagreement, agreement, whatever. I have my views, you have your views. We share. We see, we peel apart. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's the interest for humanity. And right now the focus is the future generation, children. I personally feel the current educational system right now is not educating the children, if you ask me. And that's the public one mainly. You have great schools, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everyone. But on a general scale, and it's all because of what they want to implement to our children. We're 5-year-old gonna learn, not at 10. 13, you're not even ready for sex education. And people, it's not sex education. Check it. Check what they want to implement in the curriculum. It's passed in certain countries already, like Canada and the US. And I'm sure in the UK. Yeah, because I know since 2000, it's something they wanted to implement. And there was a huge outcry. And yet, we are sending our children to these places of education. Where do we draw the line? Where do we stand as parent, guardian? And remember, parent is not just giving birth or the one that plant the seed. As long as you nurture a person, a child, it doesn't matter. You're a parent. We all are parent. We all are educators. I'm going to play a little instrumental from one of my favorite group, hip-hop jazz group, Peace Bureau, and a thing called Kali. For now, just vibe on this instrumental and have a think. Sounds of the Peace Bureau and a thing called Kali. Yes, yeah man. Beautiful album, just thinking about it. Peace Bureau. Yeah. But people, sometimes I feel, to be honest, disheartened, or I say, just how society is just playing out, and it's like we've lost our sense of being, because like even when I mentioned in the last session where people are having sex publicly in the street, and children there in a park, these things are premeditated, and I'm gonna tell you something I know too, because remember that time when the whole knife wave was going around and youngsters, you see brandishing knife or whatever. I've heard stuff and seen stuff where youngsters say, yes, sometimes reporters come to them and pay them, couple hundred of pounds, just to wave knife and flash or whatever and record it. And the youngsters will tell you they need the money, they couldn't care less what they want to do. And the whole aspect of that and why I bring that up is that people are being paid to create certain behavioral pattern also in society to see reaction or just to see how far things can be pushed. Yeah. So we're living among some sick people right now. Tell you the truth, that's just the way I can put it. And it's going into the educational system. Everything to poise the mind of living humanity. Now they're turning on our children. Child abuse don't only come in the terms of being physical or whatever. Yeah. So just check the technicalities of stuff. Break down things. Decipher it. And people, you need to have a voice. You need to stand for things, have moral grounds to certain things, people. That's all I'm saying. Protect the youths. Protect the innocents, because the innocents been raped. And that's the truth of the matter. Yeah. So as usual, big up to Fitness Base Camp. And like I say, they've got a program going on now. Every 200, the 200 person will win a trip to Jamaica. Spend a week amongst the team and train and go on some sightseeing, get some good food, some great jerk chicken out of Boston beer for sure. So check it out, www.fitnessbasecamp.com. 10 minutes out of your day, exercise, no massive room needed, no special trainer and all that stuff. Just 10 minutes of the day and some great exercise. www.fitnessbasecamp.com, and the first winner will be in August of this year. So every 200 person that sign up, that person will win a trip. And I think that trip is spread out between UK, USA, Canada. I know so far for sure. I'll check in with Mr. CEO and see if anything needs to be, spoken on that regards. So people, I hope you're following what I'm saying, because sometimes I like people to think, and that's why I create this space. I don't want to just dish out everything, and yes, I will have my opinion and views to think, but that don't mean you all have to agree and disagree or whatever. The choice is yours. You've got options. I'm just putting it out there. And like I said, for me, this whole thing, it's not to get hits. There's no money being made from it. I'm spending more money to deliver this to you, and energy and time. It doesn't matter to me, because it's something I have to do. It's my calling, just to share information and just be truthful in things. For example, as I mentioned, people publicly are having sex and all them things in front of children. No one saying, sex and intimacy ain't nice, people. No, it should be enjoyed. But there's a time and place for those kind of things. Just like I don't feel like a drag queen should be coming in, drag queen naming themselves Tampon, Crystal, Florifor, high heels, or I am high heels, and come on, man. We just need to draw the line somewhere, and that's just my view. And like I say, if I have to try the earth, by myself on a physical aspect just because of my views, I don't mind, because it's all about moral grounds, people. And it seems as if we've lost it. We've lost the essence of humanity and being ourselves, thinking for ourselves. Where are we headed? And now we're turning our own youths, we're turning on the future. Come on, people. And I'm asking the school system to wake up also. Teachers, stand for something. Head teachers, fight the fight. The LEA, the external forces, some of these people that sit down and write these things or support these groups that want to implement things, you know. What are you saying? At the end of the day, it's what's right for the children and a better education. You know, respecting each other. It doesn't matter color, creed, race, religion, or whatever. It's mutual respect. And that's what's been taught to me since I'm in the womb. And I carry that. And it works. Fact. Respect. So I'm going to play something from Bob Sinclair featuring Steve Edwards. World, hold on. Children of the Sky. I'm gonna play this one for a while, you know, for real. It's got a great message. Listen.
Together now, unite and fight. Oh, open up your heart. No, peace, love for everyone. Oh, no, 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 no. All right, to the four corners of the world. Sing it out, sing it loud and loud. World, hold on. Sing it loud, sing it proud.
Girl, hold on. Instead of messing up the future. Yeah, definitely. Sounds of Bob Sinclair, Steve Edwards. Yeah, man. Tell your people. The future. The future. Think, people, and do not lose the essence of humanity. Remember, there's a generation that carry on things. And as I see it, we are being dumbed down as we go on. And yet we should be progressing, advancing technology and all of that. What about the advancement in humanity? It takes a generation to go through to get better and better. It's just like technology. Technology, they work and work and work on things until it evolves. I'm playing from a device, WAV MP3, and I came from a 8-track cassette era. That's how I started playing music, to cassette. So technology evolve and gets better. Humanity evolve, but we're getting worse. And now we're turning on our future generation. Come on. Like I say, you draw the line as parent. And certain things being imposed, implemented on our future generation, it's child abuse. And yet we talk about protecting children. We as adults are always abusing. I'm gonna leave you with a final tune. Donna Summer and the Musical Youth. Unconditional Love. Join me on the vibes. Yes, sire.
Give me your unconditional love, kind of love I deserve, the kind I want to return. Don't try to change or tear your brother down. Let him make his mistakes, and he will come around. Hey, son.
So until then again, people, catch you in another 2 weeks' time. And as I say, always remember for your mind, love is a baseline. Every time, people. Yeah, man. Talk the talk and walk the walk. We all live life. We all need to live life and love life. Live and let live. Definitely. Bless up, people.